All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's just Lifestyle by SK, where wine, cigars, and relationships create that tapestry of extraordinary experience. And today we're going to get into one of the all-time comedies, as all of us have seen, Police Academy on TV back in the day. Now, if you were a little kid or born around the time of the 80s and 90s, most of you have probably heard of Police Academy at some point. And so you have actors such as Bubba Smith. You also have Michael Winslow, who's always making the weird sounds and the all that stuff in there. But there's a lot of really great actors and actresses that were in the show. But the focus that I want to jump on today in this particular video is on the scene where Zed finds love. And so what Police Academy 4 uh, teaches about unexpected connections. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into it here. Let's go ahead and check that out now.
It doesn't have to be this way. Just count the hours.
Now, how did he get all the way over there on that side of the park when they were right close together and she just basically took a picture of them? But let's go ahead and check the rest of it out here.
'Cause when your bed is made, then baby it's too late. Yeah. There's no hope for a hungry child whose joker is wild. They take all hope away by the end of the day. Well, I just about had enough of the sunshine. Hey, what did I hear you say? You know, it doesn't have to be that way.
All right, all right. So let's go ahead and let's jump back into a different perspective of this here, because I want you all to pretty much just kind of, just keep this in mind. Let's take a look at everything. But you know, this is one of those throwbacks, and I'm reacting to Police Academy 4 specifically because I want to definitely show you the scene as you saw where Zeb, who was the wildest character probably in Police Academy overall because of his attitude, his random words that half the time we couldn't understand what he was saying, but that was okay. But he would actually end up catching feelings for this lady in the park who was actually taking pictures of him and also a part of the police academy as well. But before you laugh too hard about not being able to understand what he was saying, let's take a really good look at what's happening here, because sometimes love comes in the most unexpected places that we know of. And so, how many times have you on the channel have heard me saying that people who have different backgrounds, come from different walks of life, end up joining together and lasting more than people who try to force things onto each other and not actually allowing it to happen? Now, when you look at Zed himself, when you look at him and you see that he doesn't even know how to act around her, because around everybody else, he has this whole act that he has on. And when he sees somebody he likes, he doesn't know how to react. So she's taking him out of his element. He wasn't expecting her to also like him and fall in love with him. And so this Zed that we're talking about, Mr. Unfiltered here, the moment that he sees her, he's softening up already because she has changed him to the point. And how many of you can actually say that if you've ever met anyone or someone who completely disarms you? So, ladies, fellas, I'm sure, ladies, you have seen a man out there who has disarmed you and made you act totally different. Many of us fellas have ran into ladies that had disarmed you. Like, but overall, talking to the both of you here, to the ladies and the fellas, at some point in time, you're going to meet somebody who's going to completely disarm you. And that is the moment. And at that moment that we saw in here, she's calm, she's collected, she's into the books, as you can see, she's into her camera, and they're totally opposite of each other. She's totally opposite of him. And when someone disarms you in that manner respectfully, that is what makes it work. That is what make the relationships work. And he tried to impress her awkwardly, but as we know from what we see here, she sits down, they start talking, and if you look, he's trying to relate, but then it's kind of awkward, but then it's real. So he's not pretending to be someone he's not. He is who he is. And ladies, sometimes the men that you are trying to, that you claim you want, that you try to talk to, you want them to be something that they're not. But when the men are naturally who they are and that vibe happens, you don't need any more of that. You don't need anything else at all, because people from two completely different worlds, no one's judging you. Yes, the scene may be goofy to some of you, but there is something beautiful here that you see Zed, who totally unfiltered, don't know what's going to come out of his mouth, totally random. And then you have an attractive lady who's obviously attractive in the scene, and she is into him. So she went past all the other people at the academy and she chose him for a reason. Think about it. This is how relationships are today. When people are just vibing and they get it, that's what happens. Now, let's just be honest. Most people would have never put these two together in Police Academy. I would have never put these two together in Police Academy. But I remember back in the day when I was watching this, I remember this scene clearly, and I totally forgot that it was in Police Academy 4 is what that this was in here. But that connection sometimes doesn't always follow a script. So your background, your upbringing, your personality, it doesn't matter if you can find that real spark. And that's what they were able to find amongst one another. Because here's the thing, Zed reminds us that even though someone with a chaotic past can want something so pure, and Laura in this scene, and Laura didn't judge him based on appearance or energy. She just listened. You may have not understood what he was saying, but she listened. And sometimes, ladies, you will pass by a fella, and that one woman may just listen and they bond. So this can go both ways. Sometimes the fellas will pass up good women out there, but the one that actually listens is the one that's going to get her. So when you look back at this scene on TV, or you look back at this overall, and you take a look at the scene, if you ever, just want some comedy, take a look at it, watch the movie. Is free on YouTube. TV is free with ads, of course, and it's Police Academy 5. Or sorry, Police Academy 4. Definitely check it out. It's on YouTube if you just want to check it out for yourself. But remember that the next time you think someone's too different to understand you, I want you to remember this scene, Isaiah being in the park, and love, friendship, and connection, because it's not always about having the same background. It wasn't about money. It's about being open enough to let something real happen. And so, no matter who you are out there, most definitely drop a comment below if you ever connected with someone that you never expected to. And let's definitely talk about it up on our next episode. Like, listen, subscribe to the channel. Lifestyle by SK, where wine, cigars, and relationships create that tapestry of extraordinary experience, people. And you all have a good one.